1967, in a paper called Baghdad News in Iraq, was printed a column that said the Zionists are causing a wave of disease to spread across Gaza because they're refusing to bury corpses. It said foodstuffs in short supply, and it named it the cruelest of all oppression and persecution. That was 57 years ago. In 2012, Dov Weissglass, former advisor to Ahmed Olmert, the Prime Minister in 2012 Israel, he said, outwardly, without any stutter, we plan to put the Palestinians on a diet, but not to let them die of hunger. And now look where we are. They've skipped that part as well, and now they're letting them die of hunger. There's children. This is why we ask people to bring pots and pans and make noise, because the children are doing that. They're banging on pots and pans. There's women using tents as sanitary products. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about the worst of all, man-made starving, because that's what this is. This is not natural. There's nothing natural about this. There's nothing natural about Israel. There's nothing natural about Zionism. This is man-made terrorism, man-made destruction, and man-made starving. We have to remember, we want a ceasefire, but let's not temper our expectations. We have to temper our expectations. Netanyahu has said that's not going to happen. Our governments can't even call for it themselves. Look at all the MPs, they're not saying anything. We have a new First Minister, Vaughan Gething, he abstained. And we have a new First Minister, but we have the same Gaza. When is this going to end? 1 million and more Palestinians now are on the verge of death. I'm sorry, but we will have to make this country ungovernable. We have to. It's not even about escalating. You cannot even articulate the actions that will have to take place if this country is complicit and allows genocide. If it allows our weapons, I say our, I have nothing to do with these people, but our weapons to lay Palestinians in the ground. We have to make this country ungovernable. And I'll tell you what, Greens, Labour, Rishi Sunak, Keir Starmer, it doesn't matter who's leading us, because they will not do it. So we have to remember this. Look around, because we are on our own. And that is our greatest strength. We do not rely on parliamentary politics. We pressure them, we shout at them, we tell them to represent us the way they were meant to. But we have no illusion in the power of Parliament, and we have all the optimism in the power of the people. Thank you so much.
Free, free, Palestine! Free, Palestine! Palestine! Palestine!
Okay, hi guys. I haven't been here for 2 weeks now. Last week I was in Birmingham organising students in their protests. It's very clear that every British institution, including our universities, are part of the colonial empire. They are part of the colonial apparatus which seeks to continue facilitate this genocide. Many of the universities across the UK, including Cardiff, partner with BAE Systems. BAE Systems is effectively the British manufacturer of deadly weapons, and they are signed contracts upon contracts, millions upon millions of pounds by the British government. And you know, we have laws in this country which say that we are not meant to sell weapons to countries that commit violations of international law, to countries that commit human rights abuses, and the list of crimes against humanity that the State of Israel, the Zionist State of Israel, has committed is so long that these arms manufacturing deals should have stopped a long time ago. Alas, our leaders care more about money than they do about people. Read and use the passive voice and describe the famine that we are now seeing in Gaza as if there was a natural drought, as if there is some sort of natural food insecurity crisis. This is a man-made famine. This is an engineered starvation campaign. And this is a tool of colonial war and genocide used across centuries by varying colonial powers. From the British used against the Irish, to the Bengalis, and then across the world, South America, Africa, Asia, you name it, a colonial empire has used food as a weapon of war, starvation as a weapon of war. And the thing that we must take away from this is that we have to understand that empires never ended, colonialism never ended. We have to see every single person, organization, institution that has not been on the side of the Palestinian people as their masks truly fallen. We cannot live in this idea of liberal democracy. It is very clear that the empires are coalescing together. We can see very clearly who are the powerful and what side they lie on. There is a very clear side here. It is freedom or genocide, justice or genocide. So I'm going to get you guys more involved because I was speaking for far too long. So I'm going to ask you, the people of Wales, pick a side, and you're going to ask justice or genocide, okay? The people of Wales, the people of Wales, pick their side. I always mess up the chance. The people of Wales, pick their side.
Justice or genocide.
The people of Wales, pick their side.
Justice or genocide.
What side do you choose?
Justice.
What side do you choose?
Justice.
And I just want to say that, you know, we've been protesting week after week for around 6 months now. We may not feel as though we're having an immediate impact on the ground, and it can be very demoralizing, debilitating to see the horrendous images and videos coming out every single day. And it's important that we do not just become a witness to this genocide, that we do not absorb these images and then sit in a feeling of, what can I do? Frankly, that attitude is pathetic. It's not good enough. Palestinian people have been resisting the occupation of Israel and have endured countless crimes against humanity for decades. We are not tired. We are just getting started, and we need to keep mobilizing week after week. And there can be no business as usual in the face of genocide. And I really do believe that we are seeing the beginning of the end of the Israeli state. Palestine will be free in our lifetimes. It is just about how quickly we can bring about that. So when we march every week, when we come together week on week, we know that things are getting worse, that our marches aren't having an immediate impact, but what we are doing is coming together. We are building power, we are building a movement, and we will not stop until Palestine is free from the river to the sea. We will not stop at a ceasefire. We only stop at freedom and liberation. Okay, I'm just gonna do one more chat with you guys. So it goes like this. We want boycott, we want sanctions, we want justice, we want action.
We want boycott, we want sanctions, we want justice, we want action.
We want boycotts, we want sanctions.
We want boycotts, we want sanctions.
We want boycotts, we want sanctions.
We want justice, we want sanctions.
No more lies, we want action. We want boycotts, we want sanctions.
We want justice, we want sanctions.
Thank you.
Hi guys, it's Sundar. Thank you all very much for being here week in, week out, no matter what weather it is, no matter how hard of a week you've had. Just your presence here itself and the solidarity space that creates is so appreciated. So as always, I'm going to read you guys some poems, but before I do, I'm just going to speak for a bit. So the most shocking thing that I saw this week, it wasn't actually violence. The most shocking thing that I saw this week, and obviously shock comes in categories and we've seen some horrific things, but it was actually a mini docu-series by a reporter, and in this little docu-series he was basically saying how like now it was normal for like Israelis to like carry guns, and I'm not talking like handguns, shotguns. I'm talking like full on, like, guys, I don't know gun names, but like these are looking like AK, rifle, like these kind of things. And it was like a child would be at their swimming lesson, and it's like they're packing all their stuff, and it's normal to just see like the gun there. They're like going shopping, like literally every normal day-to-day activity. It's normal for them to have this like AK, rifle, like that's just normal. And I think that that really highlighted for me the stark difference between both sides, because to have the privilege to just be walking into your child's swimming lesson, or to be walking into shopping or your child's school with a rifle attached to you, and that's okay. But God forbid a Palestinian is just accused of having a small little weapon. They put their hand in their pocket, you won't even see anything, and they've literally lost their lives. But you can take a rifle into your child's swimming lesson. That's absolutely insane. And I think that really highlighted to me how this terrorist government, they really try and convince people that violence is the answer. And if you think about it, their main concern is Hamas and Hamas bombing them. Well, if there's a bomb falling at your head, how is a rifle going to protect you in any way? Are you going to shoot the bomb? Like, that does not make sense. And that really just shows you how they feed it into people that violence is the answer. And that's what leads to like the dehumanization and increase on violence on Palestinians. And that's just a takeaway point that I really wanted to highlight to everyone, because these are regular people. These are like the people of the place, like just me and you. They're not army, they're not commanders, they're not like, these are just regular people carrying around rifles with this privilege, thinking that other people are dehumanized. And now I'm going to read you guys 2 poems. How do you expect them to... Oh, that was not cute. Okay. How do you expect them to see an issue with occupation when their own hearts are occupied with pools of propaganda and a new definition of slander? Their eyes are wrapped in wool, but the wool's bloody. It's oozing with pain. The hurt trickles and the suffering rains. I've lost my mind, and so have they. But our property boxes are not in the same location. Theirs is locked with greed and corruption, and mine is painted with hurt and anguish. We both speak, but I don't believe it's the same language. I speak the language of humanity, and the language they speak is lined in green. Green and fear. Fear of a system they could easily dismantle, but instead, they place it as a mantle. Peace. Peace? What's peace when my people are in pieces? Freedom is an illusion. It always comes with leases. So that's the first poem. Thank you very much, guys. And the second poem, it's kind of like inspired by like mothers, or like being a guardian or an older sibling. Because when anything happens to like our kids or our siblings, like we always want a solution. Like they could literally fall over and like hurt themselves, and like we're like worried. We want to give them a solution. And even in those little situations, or when your child is like in a hospital, or literally in the best of circumstances, it's like hard to be able to soothe your child. So this is kind of inspired by that. There's guides on how to soothe a child that's going through teething pains, but there's no guide on how to soothe a child with severed limbs. There's tips on how to calm a child in a stressful situation, but I can't find tips on how to calm a child when it's raining bombs, or when they're asking how long, not how long till we get there, but how long till our next meal? How long till we feel warm? Is this really real? No parent would want their child to have nightmares, but I wish I could tell them this was a nightmare. I'd know how to deal with that, but there's no guidance on how to deal with them living in one. Thank you very much, guys.
Hello, I'm going to be very quick. I just wanted to say that, publicly, that I owe my life to a Palestinian. And I'm not going to tell you a great story of how it happened. It was in the desert, it was in the Sinai desert when I was young, and I'd hitchhiked with a friend down the desert, and we'd run out of water. And as you run out of water, it's boiling hot, and this is, of course, all the sandstone all around us. It's wonderfully sort of picturesque, and we can't swallow, and our energy is going, and we're beginning to sort of like go dizzy. This is what happens when you're dehydrated. We had no water left in our water bottles. We were miles from anywhere. No mobile phones, nothing like that being invented then. We were in the desert alone, And miraculously, people go into the desert to find sort of an angel, and we did. We found an angel, and this angel was a Palestinian man, and this Palestinian man found us and gave us water and saved our lives. And I just want to say thank you. It was years ago to that Palestinian man. And don't you Netanyahu or anyone like that ever tell me that these are human animals. What Palestinians do is save lives. They save lives. And that's really what I wanted to say. I just want to say thank you to this man who saved my life. I happened to be in Cheltenham the other day on Wednesdays outside this sort of factory place, you know, and there were lots of other people there from London, and we were all sort of standing there stopping people going to work, so because they were making bits for fighter jets, so they were going to work that day, and there was some different chants and different stuff there, and there's one that you might know, but it's quite good. It's "We will honour all our martyrs, all their children, sons and daughters. We will honour all our martyrs, all their parents, mothers, fathers. We will honour all our martyrs, all their children, sons and daughters. We will honour all our martyrs, all their parents, mothers, fathers. We will honour all our martyrs, all their children, sons and daughters. We will honour all our martyrs, all the parents, mothers, fathers.
Cardiff, we meet yet again today to send a clear message that the people of Cardiff and the people of Wales are saying that we are the voice of the voiceless people in Gaza. The Israeli occupation has mastered committing every single crime in the Book of War Crimes. Yet, the UN system, the Western powers who claim to be democratic and who claim to be abided by international law, have failed them. They have failed them, not by staying silent, but also by supporting this occupation with weaponry and supporting this occupation with money and propaganda. But yet again we say, we are the voice of truth, not the BBC. We are the voice of truth, not the Talk TV. We are the voice of truth, not our complicit MPs and government. So now we will start our march that has been going on and will never stop until there is a free Palestine.
Free, free Palestine!
Free, free
Palestine!
Free, free
Palestine!
Free, free
Palestine!
Guys, from the bottom of the Middle East, as a Palestinian, as a Jordanian, from the depths of my heart, I want to thank the British people! Thank you so much for standing for Gaza, for Palestine, for humanity! We are all brothers because we are humans! Thank you so much!
Free Palestine! Palestine! Free Palestine! Palestine!
Can I please ask the guys, people who've got pots and pans, to come in front of the banner, please? Whoever has pots and pans, come in front of the banner, please. Alright, just before we go, just before we leave, a quick reminder to myself and to all of you. This is a mic check, know your rights.
If the police talk to you, no matter the question, protect yourself and protect others. Say, you guys are good, man. You guys are good. The police officers in blue are also police officers, and their job is to gain information about protesters. So if they ask you anything, what do you say? If the police tell you to do something, check their acting lawfully. Ask them under what power. If you get stopped and searched, do not give your personal details. This includes your visa status. No personal details. An exception, of course, is if you get arrested. Many people leave their name, address, and date of birth at the custody desk. If you get arrested, ask for a solicitor on the bus card, which are going around. Do not accept caution because that is sufficient guilt. It's easy. And if you get arrested, do not accept a duty solicitor. You need to call one of the numbers on the bus card who are trained in protest law and will know what to do. Again, why are we emphasizing this? It's not because we're scared or because everybody should know that these are our rights. And in a democratic country where we have the right to protest, to gather and to express our freedoms, sometimes the authorities like to make us feel like we are breaking the law. Nothing we are doing is against the law. Everything we are doing is according to the constitution and legislation of this country. And we will be damned if anything stops us from exercising that right.